It's December 20th, and we continue our journey in the Hebrew Scriptures through the minor prophets, the 12 prophets from Hosea through to Malachi. And here we're beginning the last three of these prophets, and that is Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. And these three are all prophets that come after the exile. So they're prophets after Israel has been in Babylon and the return that's coming with Zerubbabel and with the high priest Joshua. So this book we're looking at today is just 2 chapters, Haggai. Haggai in Hebrew means my feast, or it could mean festival of the Lord, but it's basically Haggai is living at this time. He might have been born in Babylon even, we don't know, but he is coming back, and he's basically addressing the slowness of Israel to rebuild the temple. They've been back for many years now, but because of opposition from the locals to the rebuilding of the temple, they've not got down to it. But here Zerubbabel says it's not the time to sit back in your houses and do nothing. Partly the reason your crops have been failing and your harvests have been failing is because you haven't taken seriously the need to put the Lord in the centre. And so he is calling Israel, particularly he's calling Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel is the grandson of Jehoiakim, one of the last kings of Israel, and he's come back. He's been made the governor of Judah, so he's of the old royal line. And there's Yeshua or Joshua, the high priest, and together he calls them to address this issue of rebuilding the temple. And so at the end of chapter 1 they actually listen to the Lord, and they actually do what the Lord has told them, and they begin to put in place the foundations of the new temple. And then in chapter 2 the Lord responds and says that he is going to make this new house more splendid than the original house. He's going to increase the splendor of this new temple more than the old one. Not only that, but he's going to bless the people where they've been sowing and they've not seen good harvests. There are going to be harvests. There's going to be a new fruitfulness, a new flourishing coming to the land. And also the Lord is encouraging through Haggai, Zerubbabel, and particularly Zerubbabel, saying, I'm going to make you a new Davidic king, really is what he's saying. He can't actually come out and say, Zerubbabel, you are going to be the king who is in the line of David, because obviously Babylon is in charge and that would be seen as rebellious. But he describes in the last verse of Haggai Zerubbabel as being a signet on God's hand, meaning that he is carried by God. He is God's appointed leader for the nation. And it says that God is going to give good harvest. He's going to give blessing to the people because they have taken seriously God's call to rebuild the temple after the exile. Haggai is only a short book, but actually it's a book full of hope, a book full of encouragement. And one thing that's really encouraging in this book is that people actually listen to the prophets. So often prophets come and they speak and they're not listened to, but Haggai is listened to by Zerubbabel and by Joshua. It's a really wonderful example of the word of the Lord being acted upon. And as we today hear the word of the Lord into our own hearts, whatever it is it's saying to us, let us be quick, like Zerubbabel and Joshua, to respond to the Lord's word through his people. Have a very good December 20th.